What's up, guys? It's the Pop Punk Dad here with an unorthodox interview with my homie Matt here from
My Beating Hart.
Absolutely.
And the subreddit and the Discord for Warped Tour.
And pretty much like every festival. How did you get started doing all these subreddits and all this stuff?
Sure. So one day I just happened to be browsing the Newfound Glory subreddit, and the mods were like, "Hey, we need help. Does anybody want to do this?" And I was like, "Yes, I would like to do that. Can I please do that?" And that's how it started. Like, I don't know, like 10 years ago at this point. And over time, I just kept collecting more subreddits because I mean, I really needed to just kind of be putting a lot of helpful information together for myself. And I was like, oh, I should probably just share this with everybody. Like, when's the next show? Like, what was the last show?
Basically, if I was a fan, what would I like to know myself?
Yeah, hardcore.
Absolutely.
That is what I needed to put together.
What has been the coolest experience doing all of this in the last decade-ish?
So I think truly the coolest thing is being able to meet so many people.
Yeah.
Like, it is wild. Like, so I have to walk in with everybody else to Warped Tour, and like people will be like, "Yo, I think I know you," and I'm like, "Yeah,
I'm that guy."
Yeah, I'm that guy." And they're like, and they like lose their mind. They're
You're
like,
that guy.
Yeah, they're like, "Thank you, you helped it so I could park better."
Yeah.
Like, and that is truly the coolest thing, because like, I mean, in the world that we live in today, community is lacking, and I feel like the Warped Tour community like really kind of sticks it out and has been there through like thick and thin. I mean, we're at the second iteration of it, and there's the same people that you see over and over again.
Some of our homies are here from other bands and other photographers that I've known over the years, and pretty much they're all saying the same thing. Like, we're all misfits in our own way, but we all come together in this. We all see each other all around, whether it's here or all the way out in Vegas,
right,
at the When We Were Young festival.
Yes, When We Were Young. So that's actually what got me into festival subreddits, because again, somebody was like, "Hey, I need help modding." I was like, "Well, I do Newfound Glory." And then so I started the When We Were Young subreddit, and then that snowballed, and then that's how I ended up with the Warped Tour subreddit. And yeah, it's been a weird, wild ride, but awesome. I mean, I was a Redditor back in the this is going to be so nerdy. Back in when Dig like shut down and everybody migrated over, I was one of those migrations.
That's wild.
And yeah, it kind of has taken on a life of its own at this point.
Speaking of being old, we're both old. I'm
yes.
38. You don't have to disclose your age.
I'm 41 and I got a kid.
Pop Punk Dad, Dad, Pit Dad.
Pit Dad.
What was the first Pit Daddy? Let's get that right. What was the what was the first Warped Tour you went to?
Oh, first Warped Tour was down at Nissan Pavilion. It's now called Jiffy Lube Live.
Okay.
Down the street from here in Virginia. I want to say it was Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. I have this written down somewhere because, again, I try to categorize everything, but I think it was those two. And it was hot, and there was like a slip and slide, and I remember seeing essentially with nobody there, the starting line in Motion City soundtrack. It was like left stage, right stage. And I remember being like, why is there not a billion people here? These guys are going to blow up, and now they're fucking huge.
Huge, absolutely. Yeah. Do you remember your first mosh pit or crowd surf, and who was it to? Mine was to Reggie in the Full Effect at the Warped Tour in 04, 05.
So my first show ever, I did it all.
Okay.
In one fell swoop.
Got it all out of your system?
So I had never been to a show before. It was my senior year of high school, and everybody was like, we want to do Newfound Glory and Good Charlotte. And Good Charlotte, they're homeboys. You know, they're from Waldorf, Maryland, down the street. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I want to go do that. Like, and they're like, we're getting Pit tickets because they're the cheap tickets. Because back in the day,
$35.
Yeah, like Pit was cheap back then. Everybody else wanted to sit. And yeah, so who else was there? The ska band, Les and Jake. So Les and Jake opened. It was a dual headliner. It was the Honda Civic Tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to one of those.
03. And I remember just being like sandwiched in like sardines, like closer than this, and thinking like, I'm having so much fun right now, but like I really need to use the restroom. Yeah. So how do we get out of here? And I remember turning to my friends that I was with, and I was like, I think we have to surf out. And so like I picked the two of them up, and I was like, well, if they can do it, I'm doing it next. So I followed the girls, and I was like, hey, lift me up. And like, I was sold. I was like, this is my church from now on. I'm going to every show. I'm going to every like band that I've never seen before, and now I have a spreadsheet of all of them, and I've been to like of over 150 in my 20 years of doing this.
Is there a band that you look back on those days and go, wow, I saw them at this club, at this venue, this small, at this time in their life? Like mine was Sleeping with Sirens. I'm going to do a video about this one later. There's Sleeping with Sirens at like a 75 club cap venue.
So back in the heyday of Hello Goodbye, like when they first hit the scene, I saw them in Providence, Rhode Island, like in a bar. And I was just introduced to them by my roommate in college, and he was like losing his mind that we were like basically like standing this close like during that bar show. It was pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, most of the time I feel like looking back, I'm like, man, I really wish these bands would get together again. I think the Nintendo Fusion Tour was Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco,
so wild.
Plain White Tees, and there was some other one for like $35.
Yeah,
like that would never happen again.
Honda Civic back in the day, I remember Blink and My Chem together.
Dude, My Chem opened. I saw them open for Green Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the American Idiot tour.
Yeah.
I did the Pittsburgh show.
It was so cool. I remember thinking to myself, I was like, who are these guys? Where's that guy wearing like a jacket, bulletproof jacket? I was like, does he think he's going to get shot? And then I was introduced to the lore, and I was like, oh, like this is like a show.
And lastly, you can design a festival yourself for like 10-ish bands, 3 headliner, 4 headliner-ishes. Who would you choose, and how would you put it together?
All right, so can I talk directly to somebody
Yes.
right now? Mark Hoppus, this is for you specifically. I would love for there to be a Blink and all side projects festival.
Boxcar Racer.
Yes.
Get back together, please.
All of them. And I know that you only like to play for like 90 minutes, like at a time. So you're going to do it 3 days. You know, we're going to have a plus 44 day. We'll have a Boxcar day and then a Blink day. And then like all transplants,
Simple Creatures. What else we got?
Which also means though, that
all
like
Travis's.
Well, so like all of Travis. So, but that means All Time Low will also play, right?
Neck Deep.
Because Neck Deep. Because basically every
Owl
collab, dude, Owl City would be fucking cool.
Yeah,
it would be freaking cool.
Oh, the Stokes for yeah. But yeah, I totally agree. They have talked about the side projects tour before.
Really?
They've talked about a side project.
No way.
On Mark's, what does he do? The video game thing.
Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah,
Twitch.
So he talked about it before, and they said they'd probably die after like one day because they were going to do
just one whole. No. 3-day festival, Mark. You do a 3-day festival. That way you can rest.
Make it work.
Yeah, I believe in you. And I just read your book. It was actually really cool. I feel like I'm talking.
I can't read, but I just listened to your book. I'm talking to you too.
I have mad ADHD. I listened to it when I was running, and it kept me going. I kept listening to it and thinking to myself, wow, that's really cool. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Like, oh, his dad was in the military? My dad was in the military. Like, it was weird. Like, his life definitely went in a completely different direction than mine. But when he was younger, like, some of those things that he talked about. Yeah.
I love Mark Hoppus. We love Blink-182. We want this all to happen. So let's put it out there.
Yeah, we're putting it out into the universe to make sure it happens. Absolutely has to happen.
This has been the Pop Punk Dad.
Oh, and I'm Matt Hart of My Beating Heart and the Warped Tour subreddit.
Love you guys. Bye.